A literary classic about a mad hero and a midlife crisis gone awry, the tale of Don Quixote, as portrayed by Richard Strauss, is the focus of this CSO program. Miguel de Cervantes' Don Quixote has been an iconic literary figure since the early 1600s, but it took Richard Strauss to make him a musical icon, with 10 variations on a theme of knightly character. In this 1897 score, the solo cello represents the eccentric old Spaniard who fantasizes that he's a knight who accomplishes legendary feats of bravery. A solo viola portrays Sancho Panza, the sidekick who does his best to keep Quixote tethered to reality, and a violin represents Dulcinea, Quixote's vision of the perfect woman. Few composers were as adept at satirizing the shortcomings of their characters as Strauss, and much of his score involves an entertaining ramble around the countryside as the Don involves himself in various antics. In the first variation, the Don has his famous battle with the windmills, which he believes to be menacing giants. As they creak and groan in the wind, he is swept up into the sky and dropped back to earth with a massive thud. In variation number 2, Quixote hallucinates that a flock of sheep is a hostile army. Listen for the shepherd's pipes in the woodwinds and the sound of bleating in the muted brass. Later, the Don hears a group of pilgrims singing a religious chant. Again, his imagination runs wild, and he goes on the attack, attempting to rescue a maiden who turns out to be a statue of the Virgin Mary. The pilgrims knock him to the ground senseless and go about their pious journey. There's also a variation in which Quixote and Panza are blindfolded and persuaded to mount what they're told is a flying wooden horse. Strauss deftly uses a wind machine, but a low D in the orchestra indicates that the duo never actually leaves the ground. Other adventures follow, but ultimately a kind neighbor intervenes, concerned for Quixote's safety. He masquerades as a rival knight and challenges Quixote to a duel. Our delusional hero is sent home with a mighty dirge. The tender finale brings Don Quixote's farewell to his dreams and to life.